Dual Universe has always been one of those big space epic sci-fi MMO games that sounds great on paper, but is hard to imagine in action. A lot of that has to do with the fact that it's still in closed testing without opportunities to play it easily, but it's also due to just how sprawling it all is. Players can do everything from explore planets on foot to terraform environments, as well as create their own spacecraft and even manipulate the entire galactic economy. On paper, this is about as pure of a player-driven sandbox as I've seen. Up until now, all footage and information about Dual Universe has mostly focused on the way that the game is structured and what players can do in it together. But now developer Novacork is revealing details on what players can do in it to each other, and I got to see the PvP in action and get some answers to a few of my own questions. To really comprehend the scale here, understanding the context is key. These aren't ships that players grinded out money for to buy or grinded out resources to craft from a menu. These ships, including the massive space stations and multi-person carriers, were all built from scratch by players. It's all seamless too. During the demo, I saw some combat moments and highlights, including massive freighters stationed by several people in real time, as well as needing to physically perform repairs. In a lot of ways, the collaborative Starship crew is reminiscent of a pirate crew in Sea of Thieves. A lot of that sounds hyperbolic, so to keep things grounded, just remember that the open beta period still hasn't even launched yet. Whether or not this is all as seamless and smooth once more people are online remains to be seen. Gameplay also looks a bit slow. After dogfighting in games like Eve Valkyrie and Elite Dangerous, along with Star Wars Squadrons coming very soon, all of which are super intense games, the PvP gameplay in Dual Universe by comparison feels unfinished, which, to be fair, it is. Most ships seem to coast through space at a leisurely pace and don't zip around very quickly. Intuitively, this makes sense because from a technical perspective, it's likely extremely difficult to accommodate for all of that on a server that's designed to host so many people at the same time. But from a player perspective, it's just not as exciting as many other space combat games. Due to how Dual Universe is structured as a true sandbox, PvP is more of a means to an end than an activity people are likely to participate in frequently. Dying doesn't just mean a respawn, losing a ship could mean losing hours or days of work. There is real potential here for enormous space battles too, with hundreds or maybe even thousands of players in one area, but it's all organic. You don't queue for PvP, it just happens in the world as a result of putting humans together. We naturally fight each other, it's inevitable. Novacork isn't talking about other forms of PvP yet, such as on-foot combat or ground-based vehicles, but once everything is on display, it could make for something really special. Whether or not Dual Universe can deliver on its lofty promises remains to be seen, but you shouldn't have to wait too much longer to get a taste for yourself since the open beta launches on August 27th. There's a full launch plan for next year in 2021. For more on Dual Universe, watch the PvP gameplay trailer right here, and for everything else, stay tuned to IGN.